welcome everyone. My name is Kartika Nair and you're watching Synchroshakti. Today I have with me a very special guest. Her name is Yasmine. She is a student of Synchroshakti Academy. She's had quite a large life transformation in almost every area of her life. And today I wanted to interview her so that she can share with you not only what changed all these areas of her life, but how she went about changing it so you guys can also follow her method. So, welcome, Yasmin. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Kartika. I'm really glad it's a dream come true because I was thinking about you because all the changes that have happened in my life for the past 1 year. I somehow wanted to personally come and tell it to you. I even though if I had written an email, your team would have conveyed the message, but I didn't want that. I wanted to tell it to you directly because you are the first person through whom I have got introduced to this beautiful world which I had been searching from such a long time. And so only when I tell it to you personally, I'll get that satisfaction. So,
Okay. Wonderful. I want to just ask you to tell the audience a little bit about what your life was like before you started working on healing, because this whole conversation is about how healing yourself improves other areas of your life without you having to constantly work on changing other areas of your life. How everything is just connected to you. And as you sort yourself out, other things seems to fall in place. So, can you tell the audience what was your life like before you came across programs like LIF and such?
so my childhood was, I grew up in a very strict environment. My dad was an army man, and discipline and studies and these things mattered a lot at my home. But I was the kind of a person who wanted to chill, have fun, go out with friends, go to relatives. But my dad was from a very strict background, and he thought having fun will not help you to achieve your goals. So there was all this contradiction all the time. Maybe I'm doing something wrong if I wanted to have fun or go out or spend time with my relatives. So I just used to grow up like this. I did very well in my academics. I used to study very well, not out of interest but out of pressure. But I used to be stressed out. I became very socially became distant. Even though I wanted to have friends, I became socially distant because of my conditioning, thinking if I'm socializing too much, I won't be able to do well in my life. I will be distracted. So this contradiction, I I don't know. This led me to I didn't even complete my degree in the end. The pressure was so high. I just wanted to escape studies, discipline, and all the strict environment. And I thought I need some escape. So by the final year, I thought even no, by final year, there were prospects coming my way
For
for
marriage.
marriage. So I thought marriage would be a very good escape from studies. So I immediately accepted anything that came my way. So and then I got married. Okay, and I didn't finish my final year exam also. So now when I look back, I realize when you want to escape from one thing and you
You
and you
carry
even
it
do,
away with you. Yeah.
yes, with the same conditioning, trauma and pain, suffering, I went into a marriage. So you can understand when a person comes in that, I mean, when I was vibrating at that level, what would I have attracted? So I attracted a very bad marriage, I would say. Like I went into a family which was completely opposite to what I was, I mean, to my family. Opposite in the sense, I went into a very rich family first thing. They were extremely rich people, and they had no values for relationships. And like, I was kind of being treated as a maid, I would say, yeah, because they just wanted me to work, eat, sleep, produce babies, and do nothing. But even though my family was strict, I had grown up studying all the time, books, books, books. So these two things I was not able to understand what's happening in my life. But then I thought, okay, at least I have escaped my studies now. I don't have to be around a strict environment. So let me enjoy this. So, but I couldn't enjoy because the family didn't let me do anything. Now, when I see back, I don't want to blame anybody because as I have healed now, I'm not getting the heart to blame anyone else. Whatever it is, what happened happened. I went through a lot of mental abuse. There was no physical abuse, but there was too much of emotional and mental abuse. I was not allowed to talk to neighbors. I was not allowed to talk to my co-sisters in the same family. We were in a joint family, but if we co-sisters talked to each other, my mother-in-law would say that you people are planning something, you people are doing this, you people are doing that. So that created a lot of tension. So we were not allowed to talk to each other, being in the same house. And then I was not allowed to visit my parents. I was not allowed to have friends, call my friends. I was not allowed to go to my relatives. I was not allowed to have a career. So on the whole, I was dependent on my then husband, who never cared about me. So I had no money. Even to recharge my phone, I had to ask them, and only if they felt like doing, they would do. Otherwise, they won't do. So that was my condition, and I was too young. I was in my early 20s, and I was not able to. I was confused. I was not able to, figure out what was happening, and I just went with the flow. I just obeyed. And another thing of they being very rich also influenced me a lot. I thought if I break this marriage and go away, they might do something, or something might happen. I don't know. I had so many fears and things. I was not able to, decide anything for myself. And when I would go back to my parents, I would feel bad. I would want to tell many things, but I won't tell, keep feeling that they would be heartbroken knowing my condition. So this is how I spent 15 years of my life. Okay. The in the middle, I knew about law of attraction. I had learned about many things regarding, because I used to read self-help books. So law of attraction is one thing which pops up in all the self-help books. I used to try all that, and I manifested many things also. But you know what used to happen? I would manifest, but I wouldn't be happy. I would not find the answer. Things will come, things will happen, but the peace which I was searching for was not there. So initially, I used to think my in laws and my joint family is the problem. And I thought if I come with my husband separately, all the problems will vanish. And I manifested that. But after manifesting, things became worse. I would say after coming separately, things became worse. Um, there was no physical abuse. Okay. So that's how my life was going, and there was no physical abuse, but there was too much of emotional abuse because I was trapped inside my home. I was not able to go out or do anything for myself, anything. And in these 15 years, I had given birth to three children also.
Mm.
Okay. And that too, I never planned. It all happened one after another.
Mm.
So then, last year, I started following Kartika in the year of 2018, the same law of attraction.
Mm.
I used to search on YouTube and your video. I was so much attracted to your way of conveying things. And so I used to watch you regularly. And I guess in the year 2019, somewhere you were introducing this course called LIF, and that time it was actually very less price, but I didn't have even that money to buy the course. I badly wanted to buy the course, and my savings were only that much. So I thought, if I wipe out my savings, what will I do? So I thought, okay, let's see what happens then. But the thing never went off my mind. I wanted to know what LIF is, how life changes with this.
So
So
LIF,
last year, what
I just need to pause you there, so in case people are wondering. LIF is Living in Freedom, which is a mindfulness-based program from our academy. So it's not a law of attraction course. It's a course on healing your emotional pain and your mental pain. Yes, good.
last year to 2021, I came across a video of yours with Subita Subramanian.
Mm.
So when I saw the interview, I was thinking, when this girl who has gone through so much of trauma, mine is nothing compared to hers, So what is it? I definitely would want to do LIF, and somehow I will come out of whatever I am going through. So at that time, even at that time, I didn't have money. So what I did secretly, I sold my earring
Mm.
through a friend,
Mm.
a piece of my jewelry. Okay, and I somehow arranged the money and I bought the course. Okay, and after buying the course, yes, as I said, Kartika, like initially I felt it is so simple. Just watch your thoughts, tag your thoughts, sit in silence, observe what is happening, observe your pain body. Initially, I was thinking, how can this change my life? This looks so simple. And initially, when I used to try to sit in silence, that won't happen also. So many thoughts will come. The suffering increased, I would say. In the first
You
month,
open and you
suffering
look inside, you're
increased.
like, oh my God, this whole universe of pain comes up.
Yes, and as the suffering increased inside me, even the outer environment, more suffering, more suffering. I was thinking, what have I got myself into? I am looking for solutions, and more suffering. I would die if this goes on. But something inside me kept telling, be consistent, be consistent. See, you have not even finished 1 month. Kartika says, after a year, you will realize what you have. I mean, you will realize the worth of what you're doing now. So I just stuck to that one word. After a year, I will see.
Mm.
Till then, I will try. No matter what, I will try. Anyway, I'm suffering. Let me suffer this way. This is what I was thinking.
Mm.
Okay. Then inside the course, I found other people's interviews also, like Tushar's interview I saw, and then many other interviews which you have included in the course itself. I used to watch each and every interview at least 5 times, Kartika. And the lessons, the pain body part, especially it is in the third module, I guess. Yes, third module. It was a weekend. Morning Saturday, I started, and till the end of Sunday, I repeated it. So I don't know how many times I have repeated. After those 3 months, some kind of courage I started feeling, Kartika. I cannot describe. I have never felt that courage in my life to speak up for myself, stand up for myself. I was thinking, if I keep on staying like this, depending on my husband for money, I won't be able to come out of my situation. So I just thought somehow I need a job now. Okay. And honestly, I would say I didn't apply any law of attraction techniques. I just had this in the back of my mind. A job would help me to reduce my pain to some extent. And as I kept doing my healing, kept doing my pain body, the fear started subsiding. And even when I thought of those instances, the fear, suffering, everything was not there. I would just remember the incident and no negative emotions attached to them. So that's how I guess the courage also came to apply for jobs. So the online jobs were much in, that was happening during the COVID time. So I applied to anything and everything that was coming my way. Somehow I attracted a very, very good job, a company based in US. I became a content developer for them, and I started earning decent kind of money for myself. So initially, my husband was very much resistant because he never wanted me to have a career. So, but as I was doing it from home, he didn't bother much, and he left me to myself. Okay, so as I started doing my job, I got the courage to look into my marriage after that. Then I thought, okay, this is happening for past 15 years. I'm staying in a rotting marriage. And why am I suffering? So all strange questions started popping up. Why was I born? Why did I study? Why did I? Because my dad was in army, I had the opportunity to visit so many places, mix with so many cultures and all that. So I used to think, if God has given me such good things in my life, then why am I stuck up here in a stagnant, rotting marriage? So these kind of questions started arising inside of me. So, and then when I started questioning these things, the only answer came is just leave, and uh, just trust God, trust the divine. There is much better life for you. So I gathered up all the courage and I left with my children. I have 3 daughters also. But you know, at that time, my husband used to say, if you leave, I won't support you in any way. You will have to take care of the kids. I won't take care of the kids. So I was earning, I could support myself in a decent way, but not in a way. My girls were used to a lot of luxury. So I couldn't give that. I could give them basic things, but not luxury and comfort and all that. But then my daughters, they just they were I'm so blessed to have such daughters. You know, kids, I guess they are much more aware and spiritual than what we grown-ups are. They totally understood my pain, and they said, whatever it is, we are with you, ma'am. Then I used to ask, would you miss your father? They used to say, if we miss them, we'll go and we can anytime visit them. So they were very flexible, very accepting, very forgiving, and that used to amaze me so much. So with my daughters, I came to my parents' house. My parents were, they had actually invested their whole savings on my marriage, and now they were old and they had only enough resources to take care of themselves. So, I cannot depend on them financially or emotionally or anything. But I was scared when I came there, but I don't know, even they accepted me wholeheartedly. They said, whatever it is, let it be. Whatever has happened has happened. So let it be. No problem. So they helped me settle in a new place, and I was already doing the job. And Kartika, the surprising thing, within a month or so, my ex-husband, now I'm telling ex because we have applied for a mutual divorce. So he himself came forward. He said, I will take care of all the financial obligations that I have towards you. And I was surprised because when I was with him, he was never even bothered what was happening to me or my kids. That kind of a
The
person, he changed.
180-degree
I
change. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, and I was not at all expecting anything from him. I just let go of everything, and I came. I thought, if I cannot put my children in good schools, I'll just send them to some government schools, and since I'm educated, I will teach them.
Hmm.
So with that kind of a mentality, but that was heartbreaking to me because I myself have got educated in very good institutions, and I do not want to downgrade government institutions, but still, we have this feeling of putting our children in best schools and best colleges. I had got that opportunity, and if I am not able to give that to my children, that is too heartbreaking.
Hmm.
But yet, I thought, at least I have this, and
Hmm.
I'm thankful for this. With
Hmm.
that, I came and I was thinking, okay, if I'm not able to arrange the money, I'll send them to a government school. I'll myself take care of the studies part, and I will teach them if the education is not good there. But to my surprise, he himself came and he paid for a very good school. He took care of all the finances. He took care of their monthly expenses, everything, A to Z. Now he takes care of everything that my children need financially. And whatever I'm earning now, I'm investing on myself. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I have invested that money and I have created three sources of income.
Wow.
Okay. So two active sources and one passive
Okay.
source.
And like fantastic.
Yes. So, and then as I started getting money for myself, I thought, okay, I should be helping people who are just like me, who might be suffering, who might not be knowing what to do. So when I started searching, I came across this life coaching thing, and I went to this ICF international certification,
Coach.
and then yes, I completed that certification just in the month of February. I finished that. Then every anything and everything, I mean, related to coaching, I just keep on doing a lot of spiritual courses. I keep doing. So basically, what I'm telling is, whatever I am earning now, I'm just reinvesting in myself and investing it in some kind of thing where I get income.
Income.
So that's what I'm doing now. So see, Kartika, though I wanted all this, but I was focused on uh, manifesting.
Yeah, making it happen externally. You
Huh.
were just dealing with
Yes.
you're just healing
Yes.
yourself, and all this happened as a byproduct of you
Yes.
sorting your emotions out.
Yes, I won't say I don't have desire. I have lots of desire. Now I have desires, so many desires, and because why am I having those desires? Is because now I know everything is possible. And if I had been doing only law of attraction, I would have lost all the desires, I would say, because
Yes,
I had manifested
blocked it.
things.
Yeah.
I had manifested things, and but I was not happy. I was on a verge of committing suicide. That was the kind of life I was living. But now, I do not give too much energy into manifesting. I just heal myself. I do PBM for everything. In
PBM,
fact,
I have to pause here. PBM is pain body meditation, which is a part of our course, Living in Freedom. We're not selling you the course, we're just telling you it's about healing your emotional pain in order to create beautiful things outside, because the world is a mirror of your emotions, and your emotions are the creative force. So that doesn't mean that you stop having emotions. It doesn't mean that you look down upon your emotions. It doesn't mean that you cut off from them. It means that you actually unconditionally sit with them and allow them to express themselves and dissolve. Yes, go ahead.
Kartika, just I want to tell you, though you are telling I'm not promoting myself, but I would say personally, what I would want to say is what you are charging is just peanuts, Kartika. See where I was and where I have come. I was on zero. I had no income. I sold my jewelry to buy your course, but see now I'm purchasing courses worth lakhs. So you can see what difference financially I was able to make just within a year. Because I started the LIF in the month of August 2021, and this is August 2022. This is just 1 year. People will spend lifetimes to achieve what I have achieved. If I had done, maybe I would have never done this if I had not come across LIF. And one more thing, Kartika, in this industry of coaching and healing, I find your courses are very cheap. I don't want to say that, but they are too less priced because I'm personally doing other courses, spiritual courses, other life coaching courses. They are charging in lakhs. So when and you have given content worth of a lifetime in just 23,000, which is just peanuts now. That's what I'm feeling. Uh, Sorry if I said something
No,
wrong, but
you said
I felt.
everything correct, so people should know that. So thank you for letting everyone know. You know, I've had people cry after we finished. I don't know whether we finished LIF or we finished MMMC. I don't remember, but I had a lady who sent me a voice note crying, and she was like bursting in tears saying, why are you doing this to yourself, Katka, by putting your pricing so, and it's not like my pricing was less. Like if you look at, if anybody, because when you come from the outside and you look at the pricing, let's say 23,000 or 49,000 or even a lakh, for example, it would look like the like kind of expensive course. Courses are so expensive, but then when you enter the courses and you experience the the vast knowledge, I mean, the courses like LIS is like unending. You can keep doing it for like years
Yes.
of content.
Yes.
MMMC, our courses have so much of content that there's always something to support you for as long as you want support in terms of knowledge. But what you experience inside the experience, even if it's like 6 weeks of LIF, even though LIF is large, if you just take that first 6 weeks and you just focus on that, but you do it consistently over a year, the quantum leap that you get, like in your case, is something that, like you said, would take people lifetimes to get, but then you get that far because you've cleaned yourself that much more. And that is the whole point that I'm saying for those who are still here with us at this point of this interview. On the 18th of September, we're doing a webinar. Yeah, 25th, and then one on 30th, on this concept of how healing yourself heals other areas of your life without you having to constantly break your brain and work hard and do this alignment and this much external work. How your own peace can actually can create peace in all areas of life. So that is a webinar coming up. It's called 111 Days to a Perfect Life. If you want to attend that webinar, you can register in the description, and you can experience levels of freedom like Yasmine is talking about that is unparalleled to anything you or your family has ever seen before. And you can create that. So, but it's not about constant external work and work and work and work. It's the opposite. It is, how do I go back inside the whole vast universe that lives inside of me? How do I tap? The best thing about all of this is it's not us who's doing the healing, and it's not us who's doing the manifestation. We are connecting to a divine intelligence inside us that we have surrendered to. That is the one doing the dissolving of the emotions. That is the one that we have when you have this, desire in your mind. It's not us who's going out and manifesting. There's a divine intelligence that's taken over the manifestation. And as we bring awareness to the suffering inside, it's the divine intelligence that we surrender to that heals the suffering. So our job is not to constantly work, do whatever it takes to manifest the life. It's actually the other way around. It is breathe, settle down, find your stillness and your peace, and then the divine intelligence takes over from there. There's a whole amount of grace that you need to allow in your life for miracles and magic to take place, and it's not always an intellectual thing, it's something deeper. So you're like a case in point of someone who focused on pain body healing emotional pain, healing the emotional pain, healing the emotional pain. You had a desire to get your kids educated in a good school, healing the but you didn't start doing constant visualization affirmation. You just
Yes.
healed yourself because there's a divinity that is doing the manifestation. You wanted out of the relationship, you wanted freedom, you wanted financial. You're saying that you're buying courses in lakhs. So
Yes.
there's so much financial freedom here to be able to do that. That's wonderful. So
I was someone for whom even recharging a phone was difficult. How much do we spend on recharging a monthly phone bill? It's just some within 500
500
basic plans, right?
basic.
So I was dependent for even that just a year back. Just a year back.
That's so.
Really, Kartika, I want to say, because I'm constantly doing this from past 1 year, and when I go back to your website, I see courses just for 100 rupees, and I
99.
think, what is this Kartika doing? Why is she giving it so less price? Because in nobody else's nobody else's website did I find such less priced courses.
That's because
The one
cannot, for example, somebody may not have a piece of earring to sell also. And in that case, they may just have that 99 rupees at hand. So I have to be able to connect to them also. So I have that range. So of course, I also have long form courses and what you would consider as expensive from the outside. But they're also for those people like, I've seen people who are sitting on a construction site whose parents are working in construction, who's sitting and watching modules of courses, so we cannot always just price it that much. So I have to make sure that as they get into this course, they heal enough, earn enough, they can get into the next course and heal enough, earn enough. So we basically hold their hand through the whole process financially instead of, for me, it's important that I reach, for example, MMMC, which was charged at 2,500 rupees per month. That course for 31 hours a month of live classes is worth lakhs for a month. We charge 2,500, and a lot of people were able to benefit. Today, people talk about MMMC. Oh, it's on everybody's tongue in our academy, but that's because there were
you
people,
have
students who couldn't. So we have to help them. But I wouldn't charge MMMC the same ever again.
Kartika, there's a course on money also, the 9 spiritual laws of money or something. That was the beginning point for me to heal my money energy. And okay, with that, that was just 300 rupees, I think. Not even 300. I don't know. I don't.
199.
Yes, I don't even remember the price, but I did that last year. But that was the beginning, and I healed myself so much with that little course, because the value which was there, you have consolidated a whole lot of value in the 2 hours, I guess 2 hours or 1 hour, and nowhere else can you find with such precision, such what to say, such simplicity. I would say simplicity. Now when I took, in the year 2021, there was this whole lot of one whole world of mindfulness, so many live sessions, so many Facebook lives, and I did each and every day. I have spent, even till now, I go back, and some days when I feel low, I go back and listen to what you are telling, because your voice, it soothes me, it calms me down, because I have connected you to that peace, stillness, serenity. So whenever I am feeling chaotic, I just go back to your videos on LIL. So now what I do whenever I'm into a problem, I don't do anything. I just sit still. I just leave it. I just tell to God, you take care of everything. I'm still, and I just become peaceful. And it happens. It works out so magically. I feel I'm getting goosebumps, Kartika.
So you just mentioned when you have a problem, you don't try to solve it externally, trying to change other people's minds or trying to solve it externally. You go within and you find your stillness and you surrender to a high intelligence. So, what advice would you give at this point of this interview to people who are struggling with different things in their lives? What advice would you give them to change their life the way that you have?
People who have no idea about what I'm talking, definitely they should buy the course. I was someone who sold my jewelry. Okay, I sold my jewelry. See, for women, how important jewelry is, especially South. I'm a South Indian, so for us, gold is very important. If my parents had known that I'm selling jewelry for some course, they would have, I don't know what they would have said or done. But I wanted to do it, so I sold my jewelry to buy the course. But see where I am. I was at zero, and now I'm investing in courses worth lakhs. Okay, so you can, with this, you can understand what kind of financial abundance I have created in my life. So, not just financial, emotional, relationships. My relationship with my ex-husband was so bad, but now the beautiful thing is I have separated, but now I do not have any grudges, any resentment, or any bad feeling for him. I have so much of pure love for him, true love, not the love between a husband and a wife, or a boyfriend or a girlfriend. This love, I don't know from where this love is coming. I just want him to be good in his life and find someone who can love him. I want him to be happy. I do, and I'm getting goosebumps telling that also, because because just few months back I used to be so angry, all the time crying and cribbing and thinking, why is this person not bothered about me? But now I'm totally changed, and I do not have any bad feeling. Like, I want him to be happy. That's all. That's all. I don't.
So you mentioned to the audience, that other than buying the course, people may not know much about the course right now. I'm not even like this, not doing like a campaign to sell the course at the moment. But yes, for those of you interested in joining LIF, in the future, in the very near future, we have a course coming up, which is a mix of LIF and MMMC. Okay, so that is coming up. So those who've missed out on LIF can have a chance to go through both MMMC type and LIF mix. What is the other piece of advice you would give people? Heal themselves in order to heal their lives?
Other piece of advice that I would give, anytime you're in a problem, just trust there is a higher power which is there to help you. You just have to ask, and I mean, relax, be still. Don't do anything with that wonky energy, the energy of pain and suffering. Don't physically do things with pain and suffering, because that will eventually lead to more pain and suffering.
Yeah.
So relax and have that blind faith. I had blind faith. I didn't know what was going to happen. So religion is a form of it, any kind, any believing in the divine, a higher power which is taking care of you. That itself will bring a lot of peace when we, surrender. Somebody is taking care. That one simple thing will ease the chaos that goes in our mind. That's what I would say.
Very good advice. So you have heal your emotional pain and have some form of surrender and trust in a divine intelligence that is taking care of you. Instead of creating an idea of a divine intelligence that's against you and doesn't want you to be happy and wants you to suffer, and this is your karma and all of that, drop all of that negativity and try to find a space within. So everything you've shared thus far has been completely in alignment with what we're teaching in the upcoming class. And I was just, every time you're sharing, you're like,
Kartika, I have bathed in Synchroshakti for the past 1 year. Like, I ate, slept, and I drank, I bathed. I just Synchroshakti was there. 1 year. I've done PhD in Synchroshakti now, especially in LIF.
I know. That's why your name popped up in my head when I was thinking, who are the people who I know have, see, this is the whole point, I have so much to share. That's why, guys, come to the next We're having a webinar coming up on the 18th. Just register for it. I'll just kind of explain to them what this webinar is about. So this webinar is about how healing inside of yourself, creating love, harmony, peace, stillness inside of yourself somehow magically creates results outside of yourself, because the world is a mirror. But this is not like take more responsibility, do more work, you're at fault, you are responsible. It's not like that. It's not us doing the manifesting, it's not us doing the healing, it's us surrendering to a intelligence that is dissolving and creating. We just give the blueprint. We let go of that trauma. So I want to talk a little bit more about this in the upcoming class called 111 Days to a Perfect Life. You can register for it in the description. Fabulous. I'm very excited.
Never stop this work, Kartika, because I'm planning to put my girls into your courses very soon, because definitely they are young, but still I feel that my eldest daughter, who is in her teens, has to know all this. So
Yeah.
never stop your work ever.
Thank you. I will not
Because
stop my work ever, and I have to leave now. But for those who are watching, thank you so much for watching. Please comment in this comment section. What did you love the most about Yasmine's sharing? What is the points that you take home today? And of course, if you're coming for the webinar, you'll find the link to register in the description. And thank you all for watching. And if you like this video, give this video a like. And if you found this inspiring and you know somebody else who's struggling in a marriage or struggling in life in general, share this video with them. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Yasmine. And I'll text you.
Thank you so much.
See
Yes.
you. Bye.
Bye.